Citizen Lab is an e-democracy platform to strengthen communities and combat political disengagement. Seeing a system problem is the civic disengagement, I have looked for a social innovation that is taking place, that is Citizen Lab, which has been an app developed in Brussels for combating civic disengagement. So the 5 R's framework before the change. So there were some rules, as for example, there were participating international politicians, local politicians and political officers, campaigners, citizens, media managers and employees, political parties, civic groups, and between all these people, there were being some relationships. However, citizens were not relating specifically with politicians. So this relationship was really lacking. So there were some resources being used, and these were all leading to some rules and results. Some rules were, for example, the alienation of the citizens as they felt unheard, lack of incentives to participate in political activities. Citizens were trying to avoid spending all the time that is needed to get informed about politics, and that was leading to politicians not being really focused on the real needs and to some political superiority and corruption. And this all led to unsatisfied citizens, lack of communication, low political participation, and so on. So after the change, we have seen an impact statement that in a political civic relations system, the Citizen Lab app aims to increase civic participation and engagement by what? Providing a digital platform that for citizens to consult political activity and participate in decision making. So we have now all the roles that were taking place before, as well as Citizen Lab employees and managers and Citizen Lab users. So we have increased the relationship because now citizens engage with political parties and local and international politicians. So we have increased also in a resource because now we also have the political engagement app called Citizen Lab. And this has all led to a complete and whole change in the rules and results, because there has been a shift in the mindset of citizens and politicians and a shift in the paradigm. So now citizens provide feedback, they feel they are heard, they are incentivized to participate in political activity, and this is all leading to more political participation, bidirectional communication, satisfaction, politicians understanding citizens' needs and meeting them, and so on. So what are some of the events that were happening? So we are focusing on UK, in the UK case, and we have seen that participation, voter turnout, women participating in politics, trust on the government has been really low, and there have been really important events that have marked this. So this has been all part of patterns. So for example, declining in political efficacy, that is the belief that voting makes a difference, a declining, an increase in public cynicism in relation to politicians and government, an increase in voting apathy, politicians alienating, and this is all part of a structure, of a complex structure of bureaucracy, of difficult accessing verified information because there are numerous and non-authenticized sources. There's a lack of an adequate platform that correctly states all the information and provides them organized. And this is all part of a model. This is part of the model of the belief that politicians are corrupt and won't act according to citizens. And the assumption that other person will go and raise the voice for others. So there's no one surviving the politicians are acting fairly. And also I believe that the citizens do not mind politics as long as there are some basic needs met. So I have focused on 4 leverage points based on material, processes, design, and insight. And the possibility of them occurring goes decreasing. So it's more likely for a material leverage point to occur than to an instant leverage point, because the platform is already set up and can easily update it. Why? Although signing up the users, it's harder for them to participate, for politicians to understand the problem, and for the mental models and beliefs that are well-rooted to change, because this is time-consuming. So there are 2 system archetypes. One is that fixes that fail, because more political corruption leads to more political unsatisfaction. So this leads to civic engagement to be less. So this is like a fix, because they think that by unengaging, politicians will understand there's a problem and act, however, it's not occurring. And also shifting the burden, because if an app is creating and citizens sign up to change the paradigm, probably this will lead to less political corruption.